Hi Reddit. 30F. Never thought I'd be writing something like this, but here we are. I've been married to my husband, Adam, 32M, for almost 7 years. On the outside, people always told us we were the perfect couple. We had the house, the vacations, the matching Instagram photos, and even a golden retriever named Max. But behind the filters and the smiles, things weren't so simple. It started small. Adam began coming home later from work. At first it was traffic or last-minute meetings. I believed him because why wouldn't I? We both worked full-time. He's in marketing. I'm a nurse, so busy schedules weren't unusual. But then the late nights turned into whole weekends helping with projects. He'd guard his phone like it was a state secret, taking it with him even to the bathroom. The first time I felt that gut punch was when we were watching TV together, and his phone lit up with a message. "I miss you already, Red Heart." He snatched it up so fast I barely saw it. When I asked who it was, he laughed and said it was a co-worker joking about a project. My stomach dropped, but I let it go. I didn't want to be that wife. Paranoid, controlling, insecure. Still, the doubts crept in. He started dressing better for work. Expensive cologne, shirts I didn't even know he owned. He'd disappear to the gym, except he'd come home without a drop of sweat. One night, I kissed him when he walked in the door, and I swear I could smell a woman's perfume on his collar. When I said something, he brushed me off. "You're imagining things." I thought maybe I was going crazy. So I confided in my best friend, Jenna. She told me to trust my instincts, that no one guards their phone like Fort Knox unless they're hiding something. But I wasn't ready to face that truth. Instead, I convinced myself that maybe work really was stressful. Maybe I was overthinking. Then came the credit card statement. Charges at restaurants I'd never been to. Hotel stays for work trips, when I knew his company didn't cover local hotels. Hundreds of dollars spent on jewelry stores, though I hadn't received a single new gift in months. My hands shook as I went through the charges. I wanted to confront him right then, but part of me wanted undeniable proof, something he couldn't talk his way out of. So I started digging. I checked our shared iCloud account, and while most of his photos had been scrubbed, a few slipped through. Blurry selfies of him at dinner with another woman. A mirror photo where he was holding his phone, and in the corner you could see her reflection, long dark hair, manicured nails resting on his shoulder. That night, I couldn't sleep. Max, our dog, curled up beside me, and I just stared at the ceiling, wondering how my life had turned into this. Was I not enough? Did I miss the warning signs? Or was he just that good at lying? The worst part was pretending nothing was wrong. Sitting across from him at breakfast, smiling while he told me about his meeting when I knew he was with her. Listening to him joke with friends about being a lucky husband, while I felt like I was rotting inside. I don't know what hurts more, the betrayal itself, or the fact that he thought I was too blind, too naive, too stupid to see it. I haven't confronted him yet. I'm scared. Scared of the lies he'll spin, scared of what he'll say, scared that he'll somehow make me believe I'm imagining it all. But I know I can't live like this forever. So Reddit, I need advice. Do I gather more evidence before I blow this up? Do I tell his family, our friends? Or do I just pack a bag and leave before he can even gaslight me further? All I know is that my marriage doesn't feel real anymore. It feels like I'm living with a stranger who happens to know my coffee order and the name of my childhood pet. And the worst part? A tiny piece of me still hopes I'm wrong. TLDR, husband is acting suspicious. I found receipts and photos that point to an affair, but I haven't confronted him yet. I don't know if I should gather more proof or just leave. Update 1. I confronted him, and I wish I hadn't. Hi Reddit. Thank you to everyone who commented on my original post. I read through every single reply, even the tough ones that told me to wake up and face reality. You gave me the push I needed. I couldn't keep living in limbo anymore, so I decided to confront Adam. I wish I could say it went well. I waited until Saturday night. He came home late, claiming he'd been helping a co-worker move. I sat him down at the kitchen table, put the credit card statements in front of him, and asked, point blank, "Who is she?" The look on his face will haunt me forever. Not guilt, not shame, just pure rage that I dared to question him. He didn't even blink before launching into gaslighting mode. "You're insane. You're paranoid. Do you hear yourself? You're trying to ruin our marriage over some receipts?" I told him about the perfume, the hidden photos, the "I miss you already red heart" text. He denied it all. Said the perfume was from patients at the hospital. I'm a nurse, remember? The photos were old work dinners. The text was a stupid joke. He twisted everything back on me. Then he dropped the bomb. You're so obsessed with catching me cheating. Maybe you're the one cheating. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I felt like I was in some parallel universe where nothing made sense. He accused me of projecting, of inventing lies because I was bored. He even said Jenna, my best friend, was poisoning me against him. I thought maybe, just maybe, I'd misread something. But then I remembered the screenshots I had secretly saved to a flash drive. I pulled it out and showed him the mirror photo, the one where the woman's reflection was in the corner. For the first time, his face changed. Not guilt, not regret, just panic. He grabbed the flash drive and tried to smash it against the counter. Max barked, sensing the tension. I snatched it back before he could break it, my hands shaking. That's when he snapped. He started yelling so loud, I was sure the neighbors heard. He called me crazy, ungrateful, pathetic. Said no man would ever put up with me. I was shaking so badly I could barely stand. Max was barking nonstop, and for a second, I was genuinely scared he might hit me. He didn't, but the way he towered over me, fists clenched, eyes wild, it was enough. I locked myself in the bedroom that night. He slept on the couch. The next morning, he acted like nothing happened. Made coffee, fried eggs, kissed me on the cheek like it was a normal Sunday. When I pulled away, he rolled his eyes and said, "You need therapy." That broke something in me. I realized I wasn't going to get the truth from him, not willingly. He would lie until his dying breath. So I decided to go deeper. I went through our bank accounts, our joint savings. That's when I nearly threw up. Thousands, literally thousands, missing. Transfers I didn't recognize. ATM withdrawals in places he claimed he'd never been. Jewelry stores, hotel bars, even plane tickets. He'd been funneling our money into whatever fantasy life he had with her. My chest tightened as I did the math. He'd blown through nearly a third of our savings. Money we'd set aside for a down payment on a bigger house, maybe even kids one day. Gone. I felt like my whole world tilted on its axis. This wasn't just betrayal, it was financial abuse. He wasn't just cheating on me, he was robbing me blind. I texted Jenna everything. She told me I needed to protect myself ASAP. She even offered to let me stay at her place if I needed to. For the first time, I started thinking seriously about leaving. But then he pulled me back in. That night, he came home with flowers. He apologized, not for cheating, but for yelling. He said he was stressed at work, that he loved me, that we could start fresh. He even suggested a weekend getaway, just the two of us. I wanted to scream. How could he stand there with a bouquet of roses, acting like he hadn't destroyed our marriage? Like I didn't have proof of every single lie? And yet, a small part of me, God, I hate admitting this, wanted to believe him. Wanted to pretend we could rewind to before I knew. But I can't unknow it. I can't unsee it. Every time he touches me, I think about her hands on him. Every time he smiles, I wonder if she's the one who made him laugh that day. I haven't decided what to do yet. Divorce feels inevitable, but I'm terrified. What if he drains the rest of our accounts before I can stop him? What if he turns my family against me with his lies? He's charming. He could make me look like the crazy one. Right now, I'm documenting everything. Screenshots, receipts, bank statements. I've hidden copies at Jenna's place. I don't know what my next move is, but I know I need to be careful. I feel like I'm living with a stranger. No, that's not fair to strangers. Strangers don't ruin your life while smiling in your face. I'll update again when I figure out my next step. TLDR, confronted my husband. He denied and gaslit me. Found out he's been draining our savings for his affair. I'm documenting everything and preparing for the worst. Update 2. The web of lies keeps unraveling. Hi again, Reddit. It's been about 2 weeks since my last update, and so much has happened that I barely know where to start. I feel like I've been living 10 different lives at once. Wife, detective, victim, avenger, and none of them feel real anymore. After I discovered how much money Adam had drained from our savings, something inside me snapped. I couldn't just sit back and hope he'd come clean. I started treating this like a case at work, methodical, clinical, evidence-based. If my patients deserve honesty, then so do I. Digging deeper into the finances. The first thing I did was meet with a lawyer. Jenna practically dragged me there because I was still paralyzed with fear. The lawyer, let's call her Ms. Brooks, told me exactly what I needed to hear. You are not crazy. What your husband is doing is not just infidelity, it's financial misconduct. You need to protect yourself immediately. She advised me to open a separate bank account in my name only, transfer part of my paycheck there, and stop using our joint account for anything beyond the bare minimum. She also suggested I freeze the credit cards, but I hesitated. If Adam suddenly realized I was cutting him off, he might lash out. Instead, I quietly reduced the limits and flagged suspicious charges. When I combed through more bank statements, I found even worse things: flight tickets to another city, business dinners at luxury hotels, cash withdrawals followed by Uber rides to sketchy addresses. One charge nearly made me vomit: an expensive boutique lingerie store. Not a single piece of that lingerie had ever touched my skin. The more I uncovered, the more my hands shook. But at least now I had proof. Hard, undeniable evidence. The double life. Once I had the financial picture, I turned my attention to the other woman. I didn't know her name, but I had fragments, a reflection in a photo, a manicure, receipts with initials on them. Jenna and I went full detective mode. We cross-referenced Adam's co-workers on social media, looked up tagged photos, even checked LinkedIn connections. And then, we found her. Her name is Claire, 28F. Works at the same company as Adam. Marketing team. Recently divorced. Her Instagram was public, and it was like stepping into another universe. Vacations in the same cities Adam claimed he was traveling for work. A bracelet that matched a jewelry store charge. A photo of a wine glass with the caption, "Best night ever, red heart," posted the exact night Adam told me he was working late. I felt like I'd been stabbed in the chest. Seeing her face, her smile, the way she flaunted what wasn't hers to take, it was a different kind of pain. But the worst part? She wasn't hiding it. Not really. Subtle captions, inside jokes, songs about forbidden love. Looking back, I think she wanted to be found. The confrontation that wasn't. I debated confronting her. God, did I want to? I drafted 10 different messages, from "stay away from my husband" to "does he lie to you the same way he lies to me?" But Ms. Brooks warned me, do not engage directly. Everything you say could backfire legally. So I swallowed my pride and didn't send them. Instead, I focused on Adam. One night, I tested him. He said he was working late, so I drove to his office. The parking lot was nearly empty, but his car wasn't there. My stomach churned. I waited 30 minutes, and finally, his car pulled in. He walked into the building, loosened tie, flushed face. He wasn't working late. He was with her. When he came home, I asked casually how work was. He spun another story about a late pitch meeting. I nodded, biting my tongue so hard I tasted blood. I think he saw something in my eyes, though, because he studied me for a second longer than usual. Family reactions. I finally told my parents. I was terrified they'd tell me to be a good wife and work it out, but to my shock, my mom cried and hugged me. She said she'd always suspected Adam was too slick, too charming. My dad. Well, he wanted to drive over and teach him a lesson. I had to practically hold him back. But not everyone was supportive. Adam has always been the golden boy in his family. When I hinted to his sister that he might be cheating, she scoffed. Adam would never. You're just insecure. His mom told me marriage was hard work, and that men will be men. I wanted to scream. How could they defend him when I had mountains of proof? The breaking point. The real breaking point came last weekend. Adam said he was going on a team retreat. My gut screamed otherwise, so I tracked his location using the Find My iPhone app he forgot was still linked to our shared account. He wasn't at a retreat. He was at a cabin. With her. I watched his little blue dot sit there for 2 days straight. Every hour felt like fire under my skin. He came home Sunday night, smelling of smoke and whiskey, smiling like he'd just lived his best life. He kissed me on the forehead and asked if I missed him. Something inside me cracked wide open. I smiled back, pretended, acted normal. But in that moment, I stopped being his wife. I became his shadow, his judge, his executioner, in a sense. The plan. I know now what I need to do. I'm done begging for truth he'll never give me. I'm done letting him drain me, emotionally, financially, spiritually. Ms. Brooks is helping me prepare divorce papers. We're gathering every shred of evidence. Bank records, screenshots, GPS data, even witness accounts. Jenna's keeping backups in case Adam tries to destroy anything. But here's the twist. I don't just want to leave quietly. I want the truth to be known. He's built this reputation as the perfect husband, the golden boy, the charming coworker. Everyone thinks he's a hero. They don't see the monster behind the mask. I'm planning to expose him, not just to our families, but maybe even at his workplace. Claire can have him if she wants, but she'll have the ruined, broke version of him. The one stripped of his shiny facade. Where I stand now. Right now, I'm in survival mode. I've moved half my things into Jenna's place, though Adam doesn't know yet. I'm documenting everything, building my case. Every time he lies, every time he gaslights me, every time he sneaks off, I write it down. Part of me is terrified. What if he finds out? What if he retaliates? He has a temper, and while he's never hit me, I've seen the way his eyes darken when he doesn't get his way. But another part of me feels stronger than I ever have. For the first time, I'm not doubting myself. I'm not begging for scraps of honesty. I'm standing on solid ground, even if it's shaking beneath me. I don't know exactly how this will end, but I know one thing. I will not let him destroy me. He chose this path, and soon, he'll have to face the consequences. TLDR, discovered the mistress's identity, confirmed Adam's double life, started preparing for divorce with legal help. I'm done waiting for truth. Now I'm planning his exposure. Update 3. The exposure. Hi Reddit. I don't even know how to start this one. My hands are shaking as I type, because everything I planned, everything I'd been building toward, it all came crashing down in a single night. And honestly, I don't regret a thing. The setup. After weeks of documenting Adam's lies, I finally had enough proof to bury him 6 feet under, metaphorically. Screenshots, bank statements, GPS pings, photos, even hotel receipts with 2 meals ordered. I wasn't just ready for divorce. I was ready for war. The problem was timing. Adam had this big family dinner planned, his mom's birthday. He wanted me there, of course, because appearances are everything to him. I decided that would be the stage for his unmasking. I printed copies of the worst evidence, put them in neat envelopes. One for his parents, one for his sister, one for him. I even prepared a slideshow on a USB stick in case I got the chance to plug it into the living room TV. Jenna said it was savage, but I didn't care. He built this double life. I was going to burn it down in front of everyone. The dinner. The night of the dinner, I played my part. Smiled, wore the dress Adam liked, kissed his mom on the cheek. For the first hour, it was fake laughs, small talk, clinking glasses. Adam beamed like he was the king of the world. He even held my hand under the table, as if he hadn't spent the previous weekend at a cabin with Claire. When dessert was served, I excused myself, went to the bathroom, and pulled the envelopes from my bag. My heart was pounding so loud I thought someone would hear it. I came back, placed an envelope in front of each person, and sat down. Adam frowned, confused. His mom asked, "What's this?" I looked him straight in the eyes and said, "The truth." The reveal. Silence. Utter silence, except for the rustle of paper as his mom opened hers. Then his dad. Then his sister. Gasps. His mom's hand flew to her mouth. His sister muttered, "No, this isn't real." His dad's face turned red. "Adam." He laughed. Actually laughed. "Wow. Really, Opie? You had to ruin mom's birthday with your paranoia?" But then his dad slammed the table. "This isn't paranoia, Adam. These are bank statements. Hotel receipts. What the hell is this?" Adam tried to spin it. Photoshopped. Lies. "She's out to get me." He pointed at me like I was some villain in his story. "She's been unstable for months. You know how she is." I didn't say a word. I didn't need to. The evidence spoke for itself. And then, because karma is real, the universe handed me the final nail in his coffin. The phone call. As Adam was mid-rant, his phone buzzed on the table. His mom, furious, snatched it up before he could. She read the message out loud. "Last night was perfect. Can't wait to see you again. Red heart, see." The room exploded. His mom screamed. His dad cursed. His sister started crying. And Adam? He just sat there, face pale, mask shattered. For once, he had no comeback. No smooth lie. Nothing. The aftermath. I didn't stay to watch the fireworks. I stood up, picked up my bag, and said, "I deserve better than this. And I'm done." Then I walked out. Jenna was waiting outside in her car. We drove away while I could still hear shouting from the house behind me. Since that night, Adam's been blowing up my phone. Calls, texts, voicemails. First it was rage. "You'll regret this." Then it was pleading. "We can fix this. Please don't leave." Now it's pathetic. "I can't do this without you. I'll change." I haven't responded. I blocked him on everything. Ms. Brooks is filing the divorce papers this week. The fallout. From what I hear, thanks to Jenna's social media detective work, things at Adam's job aren't looking good either. Apparently, Claire's ex-husband found out and sent the screenshots to HR. Office gossip spreads fast. Golden boy isn't so golden anymore. His family? Torn apart. His mom refuses to speak to him. His dad told him to man up and face the consequences. His sister hasn't posted a single supportive thing online, which for her is basically a disownment. As for me, I'm staying at Jenna's until the legal stuff is sorted. Max is with me, thank God. Every night, I sleep better knowing I don't have to hear Adam's lies anymore. Where I stand now, I thought exposing him would destroy me, but it did the opposite. I feel lighter, free, like I finally took off a mask I didn't know I was wearing. Don't get me wrong, I'm still hurting. Betrayal cuts deep, but there's a strange peace in knowing the truth is out there. No more secrets, no more gaslighting, no more pretending. He made his choice, and I made mine. TLDR, exposed my cheating husband at his mom's birthday dinner. His family saw the proof. His affair was confirmed by a live text, and I walked out. Divorce is in progress. Update 4. The end and a new beginning. Hi Reddit. This will probably be my last update. When I first posted here, I was a broken woman, terrified and doubting myself. Now I feel like someone entirely new. Stronger, wiser, free. So much has happened since the dinner where I exposed Adam, and I want to close the loop for everyone who supported me, believed me, and pushed me to fight for myself. The divorce proceedings. The morning after the birthday dinner massacre, as Jenna calls it, Adam showed up at Jenna's place. He pounded on the door, begging me to talk. Jenna's boyfriend threatened to call the cops, and Adam finally left, but not before screaming that I was ruining his life. Funny, isn't it? He ruined mine, drained our savings, and betrayed me, but in his mind, I'm the villain for not keeping quiet. With Ms. Brooks' help, we filed for divorce the very next day. Thanks to all the documentation I collected, bank records, receipts, screenshots, the case was solid. Adam tried to contest it, of course, claimed I fabricated evidence, that I was vindictive. But his own phone records, credit card charges, and GPS data were more damning than anything I could invent. When the judge reviewed the financials, Adam's face turned gray. He's going to have to reimburse me for a significant chunk of the savings he stole. It won't heal the emotional wounds, but at least I won't walk away penniless. His downfall. Word spread fast. His company put him on indefinite leave after HR investigated the affair with Claire. Apparently, fraternization policies are strict there, and once they saw proof of the trips and expense account misuse, they had no choice. Claire? She's gone radio silent. From what I hear, she left the company too. Maybe she dumped him. Maybe she's hiding out, embarrassed. Either way, she vanished as quickly as she appeared in my life. Adam, the golden boy, is now unemployed, divorced, and living back at his parents' house. I know this because his sister, who once defended him, DM'd me to apologize. She said she finally understood the truth and couldn't believe how long he'd fooled them. My family and friends. My parents have been my rock. They told me they're proud of me for standing up for myself. My dad still mutters about wanting to teach Adam a lesson, but at least now it's just grumbling instead of action. Jenna? She deserves sainthood. She let me live in her guest room for over a month, helped me box up my belongings, even came to court with me for moral support. Everyone needs a Jenna in their life. And the best part? I found a new place. A small but cozy apartment across town. Max and I moved in last week. It's nothing fancy, but it's mine. Every picture on the wall, every piece of furniture, every pillow, I chose it. No lies, no shadows, no ghosts. Just peace. The emotional aftermath. I'd be lying if I said it doesn't hurt anymore. There are nights I wake up in a cold sweat, remembering the shouting, the gaslighting, the betrayal. Sometimes I catch myself wondering if I could have done something differently, been prettier, funnier, more exciting. But then I remind myself, his cheating wasn't about me. It never was. It was about his emptiness, his selfishness, his inability to value what he had. I gave him love, loyalty, and trust. He gave me lies. That's on him. Therapy has been helping. My therapist said something that stuck with me. You didn't lose a husband. You lost an illusion. And she's right. The man I thought I married doesn't exist. He's a character Adam played until he couldn't keep up the act. The revenge I didn't need. People keep asking if I regret exposing him so publicly. Honestly, not at all. Watching his facade crumble in front of his family was the closure I needed. For years, he painted me as the emotional one, the one who overreacted. Now everyone sees who he really is. The best revenge isn't humiliating him. It's living well without him. And that's exactly what I plan to do. Where I am now, I sit in my new apartment, sipping coffee with Max snoring at my feet, and I feel hopeful. I don't know what the future holds. Maybe I'll stay single for a long time. Maybe one day I'll meet someone who treats me with the love and respect I deserve. But right now, I'm focused on me. I started painting again, a hobby I gave up years ago because Adam said it was a waste of time. I signed up for a yoga class. Jenna and I are planning a girls' trip. For the first time in years, my life feels like mine. Final thoughts. To anyone reading this who's in the same place I was, please, trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't let anyone gaslight you into doubting yourself. You deserve honesty. You deserve peace. You deserve freedom. I thought discovering the affair would break me. Instead, it rebuilt me. Stronger, smarter, fiercer. This is the end of my story with Adam. But it's the beginning of my story with myself. TLDR, divorce finalized. Adam lost his job and reputation. I moved into my own place with my dog. I'm healing, rebuilding, and finally free.